Of the myriad of reasons why you may take issue with people who hold different political opinions than yourselves, apparently a new study published in the American Journal of Political Science purports to find that individuals with whom people agree politically simply smell better to them. The research came from researchers at Brown, Harvard, and Pennsylvania State Universities. And they wanted to determine whether or not smell, which plays a central role in our attraction to mates, etc., they wanted to determine whether or not it also plays a role in whether or not we share politics. So what happened is the researchers gathered body odors from this. I mean, this is kudos to these guys. Body odors from 146 people. They also had them describe their political ideologies. They then took the 10 most definitively liberal and definitively conservative candidates, who were then at that point asked and wore gauze pads under their arms for 24 hours. The researchers then took these gauze pads and took 125 people who described their political orientation, and they had them smell these gauze pads. There were 20 of them, and rate them on a 5-point scale of attractiveness. I hope these subjects were well paid. I don't know if they were told either whether or not what they were smelling was someone's underarm BO. That may have made things a little more difficult. And the 125 subjects rated the body odor of those who shared their political ideology, without knowing that, of course, the gauze pads were linked to a political ideology, as being more attractive than the body odor of their ideological opponents. One specific comment, which Vox highlighted here, was that a female participant smelling the male body odor of a politically compatible male described it as the best perfume I ever smelled. But a female of the opposite political persuasion, who had just smelt the same gauze, was convinced that the gauze pad had gone rancid.
Wow.
Now, Vox points out that it's a fairly small sample, 10 gauze pads for conservatives, 10 gauze pads for liberals. And there were other factors they weren't able to control for. But interesting. Maybe this is something for you to try out when Thanksgiving rolls around. And if you have one of those uncles who's a conservative, or a father-in-law, or a mother-in-law for that matter, head over, smell their underarms, and see if you find it pleasant.